Good morning. This is Love and Sex Mastery on Saturday at 11 o'clock our time. And Cheryl is going to appear out of nothing. Which introduces our topic. Sexual energy from nothing.
Wow.
What does that mean?
Is that weighty or non-weighty?
That's over my head for this time of the morning.
And for the heat.
For the heat. This has been hot.
Hot Zona. So we are in Sedona, Arizona, where we live. And as Seva said, together we are Love and Sex Mastery. And today, Seva picked the topic.
Yay.
So, yay! He picked the topic. He's excited about it. So, Seva, what prompted you to come to this topic?
Well, I was meditating this morning and thinking of topics, and I felt very little energy. So I think that's often a state for couples that, you just after a while, your natural state is like not feeling a lot of sexual energy.
Same old partner.
But it's kind of your body throughout the day is kind of neutral a lot. It's not always you can't spend the whole day excited. Can't spend the whole day, well, it could spend the whole day depressed. That seems to be easier. But a neutral state is common in an individual and in a couple. And the reason I said sexual energy from nothing, it's a play on a book title by one of my heroes, Dr. Lawrence Krauss, ASU, just down the street. The title of his book was A Universe from Nothing. He's a theoretical physicist. And so the universe on a fine scale is neutral. It's in a state of balance between matter and antimatter. And it randomly pops in and out of matter and antimatter. A neutral state for people is not quite as neutral because we have things going on in our bodies that keeps us alive all the time. However, it feels neutral. It can just feel like yeah. And so then what do? Do you want to just stay neutral or not? Especially when you're with your partner, you can definitely, if you notice the neutrality or notice the lack of stimulation or interest, you might focus on that and go, wow.
Yeah, not feeling it.
Just not feeling it. And then decide, okay, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening now. And nothing's going to happen in the foreseeable future. So, I just give up. But in our practice together, it's not like that. Because through meditation and through focusing on our sexual energy, sometimes I focus on her sexual energy, because she's got so much of it, that can make a change in the body. So I thought we could kind of demonstrate that. Like, we'll just close our eyes and just feel. We might feel neutral, but then suddenly, even just breathing feels good. Feeling the breath go through the nostrils feels good.
Which to me is almost immediately not only relaxing, but it has a sensual feel to it. Because in that full breath, some sort of tension is released in my body. So tension I'm not even aware of. Because
like
it's
sexual tension?
Yes, let's have it be sexual tension.
Why not?
Yes, so when I take that deep breath and I can feel that move through my body and I have a sense of relaxation, I also know that relaxation is often a prelude to some sort of sensual episode.
Yes. The relaxation is this parasympathetic side of the nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
As that is emphasized, your arteries and veins can relax, capillaries can relax, allowing for greater blood flow. More blood flow
equals more surface,
sensation.
Right, more surface area of the skin.
Surface area of the skin.
Which leads to more sensation, which
Yes.
leads to more blood flow, so this beautiful upward spiral
Yes.
is happening. And that can happen by yourself. It doesn't have to.
It should probably start by yourself because, for one, the practice of that is, it builds over time, and it allows you to more quickly go into a pleasure or relaxed state in your body.
Mm-hmm. So
With
you're
practice.
saying that pleasure is a practice.
Pleasure is practice.
So simply,
Yes.
which may
You don't have to be a
sound-
victim of pleasure.
Right.
You can be a practitioner of pleasure. You don't have to be waiting for something to come to you to give you pleasure. You can just search within, boom, pleasure. And if you do that, then your attitude's improved and you might think more attractively about your partner or sexual interest, orientation with your partner.
So what you're saying is that you could be in this neutral state and be able to very quickly move into a state of sexual energy.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yes. Now, let's just model that for a second.
Okay.
Okay. Take 10 seconds
Mm-hmm.
and just feel and see what happens. That took about half a second for me, but we've been sort of warming up, I guess. Feel pleasure in my belly and my legs and my arms, and I feel pleasure. Now then, once I fill up with pleasure, I didn't give us 10 seconds, but once I fill up with pleasure, then I start to feel the sensations of my partner's arm against me. And the heat of her body and the swell of her breasts. Just can't miss them. And I take that all in, and she might feel my positive nature, my positive focus, my positive outlook, and go, he's pretty positive right now. Do you agree?
I do agree. And because there's this phenomena called mirror neurons, which is, as human animals, that we're always subconsciously, under the level of consciousness, we are scanning. There is some sort of sub-awareness that's happening all the time. So that is unspoken. It's something that, as humans, we're always sensing. Is this safe first, is often the first thing. And as soon as that safety is felt, then the good feelings are there, can be there instantly, just like we had that moment.
Right. A positive regard from a partner provides what? Safety.
Right, right. So
when you're smiling at your partner, the partner feels more comfortable than a frown.
my mirror neurons just went.
Short circuit. All right, so
So as easy as a smile.
as easy as it's.
So let's try something. Let's
Okay.
do something. And you can try this at home or wherever you're at right now, if you're with another human. So, Seva, for the next 5 seconds, I want you to keep an absolutely blank face. I
Okay.
mean, complete neutrality. Do not let a muscle twitch. You are in a totally positive state. Okay?
It's hard.
It's really hard. And actually, Seva was super good at that. I would have gone into smiling much quicker than you. So what that demonstrates is even though you were in every way attempting to keep a neutral state with me.
I was. Did it again. So other little things like, okay, if I smile, I notice the crinkling sensations in my eye.
Yes. So,
and that kind of affects my brain.
And that actually happened even before your mouth went into a smile.
Right.
That your eyes started already to give that cute little crinkly.
Right.
Right. So
there's pleasure in the crinkling. So it's kind of reinforcing.
There is.
I hadn't really noticed that before. So these are all things you can do just for yourself, but then you can just hold hands for a second. So you can touch hands. And just feeling the pleasure of a hand. Or the pleasure of a shoulder. Now if your partner's not feeling the same level of pleasure you are, then you kind of wait. Certain things we know give pleasure, like just a little pressure on the shoulders.
Yes. Yeah.
Now,
feels great.
When I start to run my sexual energy, starting from nothing, and going into the first or second level, then it's amplified by touching my partner, and then I feel a wave of pleasure go through me, and she feels that wave, and then within a few minutes we're flowing back and forth with sexual energy.
So it as I'm watching this on the screen, I actually am watching this happen, because typically it wouldn't happen in front of a mirror. In this case, it's the phone. And so I got a visual demonstration of what I would be feeling, which is that there is this sympathetic, empathetic kind of wave that's happening between two human beings. And that can happen very quickly, again, because of the phenomena of mirror neurons.
And it's all a matter of how quickly you can drop your focus on yuck, nothing's happening, to neutral, and now I want to feel my blood circulating. I want to feel some pleasure in my own body, and then allow that to come out of me.
And when we're working with couples, so one of the things that we do as Love and Sex Mastery is we work with couples, and a common reason that they come to see us, especially in a long-term relationship, is that sort of sense of, well, what else is there? They are not feeling that spark that they used to feel. And we love the spark, and the spark is great. It turns into a great sort of bonding experience over time. So instead of thinking, I have to do something wild and dramatic, and I love the wild and dramatic gesture because that does snap out of a pattern, that's not sustainable. That in daily life, it's typically the energy, the time, the money that would go into some sort of grand gesture. A limo pulls up and a dozen roses appear and a champagne bottle pops. All of those are wonderful. And it's the daily practice of finding that moment of flow, that moment of positivity, that moment of, from neutrality, being able to bring into that state. And Steve is doing it right now. As I'm talking about it, he's responding.
It's a self-energy massage.
So we're wonderfully suggestible. I mean, that's part of the human experience, is that we do entrain to another person. Mm-hmm. And in a relationship, especially a live-in relationship, that's happening all the time. So even if one person is maybe even less than a neutral state, maybe not in a pleasant state, if one person in the partnership can bring up that sense of, I feel in this moment, I'm feeling something good in my body. I am feeling something pleasant. And can come into their partnership with that, it doesn't take very long to start to feel this beautiful wave or current or energy or anything that you want to call that sensation of two people coming to a state of feeling good together. So that's what we do when we work with couples. And coming back to the beginning when we talked about meditation, having that sensation of what is it like to come into a pleasant neutral state, a slowing down of the mind and of the thoughts, that practice can then quickly transfer to being with a partner.
Mm-hmm. You transfer a calm, you transfer
mm-hmm.
confidence,
mm-hmm.
you transfer groundedness, transfer just a feeling of good feeling.
And I would say that's an interdependent experience. Is that there is this sense of, if one person in the partnership is lagging in a way, if they've slipped way below neutral.
Right.
And
anxious, let's say.
Anxious, right. Sad. There could
mm-hmm.
be some depression. If the other person can be in that state of, I know I can change my state of being
mm-hmm.
quickly, and then in a gentle and sensitive way can offer that. Not like, you have to get out of it right now,
right.
snap out of it. What's wrong with you?
You're not putting the onus on the other,
right.
on the partner.
Right.
It comes from within you, you model,
mm-hmm.
then you bring them along.
Right. So you're not blaming.
No.
You're not diverting into many side roads that will lead to things that really don't feel good.
Right.
And they're going to take a lot of time to move out of.
Right.
Instead,
just go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, some body contact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, breath. Save a lot out of nice sound there.
Mm-hmm.
He's already
turning myself on, turning her on.
I don't know. Hopefully, we've shared something that gives you a possibility of how you can move that inside of yourself and how you can do that. And it doesn't only have to be with a partner. I mean, that can happen in every human interaction. Mm-hmm. That you can be that person that has that coherent state, that nice, smooth wave of energy, and that can translate. And if you're a parent of young children, that is super important.
Mm-hmm.
As Save and I have both been parents of young children. Now we have grown-up children. Somebody has to have that state of neutrality, of calmness, and that translates way beyond in a partnership, way beyond when the children have left the home. That we still need and desire that state.
Yes. Well, we look forward to hearing your comments, and hopefully you can try some of these ideas.
So our
See how they work
website
for you.
is loveandsexmastery.com, and there's more information about our backgrounds and where we come from and what we bring to Love and Sex Mastery. And our newest addition is our couples retreat page. So that is when a couple comes, and we have a beautiful home at the base of Thunder Mountain in Sedona. You come, you have a bedroom, a place to retreat to, and then you come and work with us intensively and pleasurably.
And pleasurably.
Over how many days you choose, and you can customize that retreat. We have modules. One of them is called Bored in the Bedroom. So
maybe we'll add one called Sexual Energy from Nothing.
Sexual Energy from Nothing. So once again, I'm Cheryl Good, and this is
Seva Khalsa.
And thank you for spending part of your Saturday morning or afternoon or evening, really. Could be, yes, it could be even evening.
Could be evening.
Somewhere in the world. So let's take a deep breath together.
Have a great one.
And we'll leave you with that. Bye.
Bye-bye.